Hello, everybody. Of course, my computer screen goes out as soon as I start recording, but this is Tales to Ram, and we're back with another session. This is a new game that we will be using to replace a Saturday game that we've been playing for the last few months because the Saturday game kind of got off track too much, and I was like, fuck it, let's not play it anymore. We're now, anyways. So, this is a new game in a new world that is not Taram, because Tales of Taram is just the name of the channel as it's meant to be, and Taram is our main focus. But this is a game called Makrong's Mucky Monsters. I know it's a stupid name, but that's what we have right now, anyways. So this is going to be a session 0 to an extent, and I'll go over character lore with other people in private sessions. Why is my computer screen turning off? What the fuck?
Because they know you're starting a game right now and just say no.
Anyways, but where we find ourselves, the current setting. Hello, hello, hello. Anybody? Testing, testing.
Hello?
The current setting,
Hi there.
where we find ourselves, is a world unknown to us. One created long ago. One created by another, not eminence. One that our eyes have only set foot and forth upon. Well, our eyes have only set look upon and our feet upon, in games and echoes long, long lost. Here, we find ourselves in a beautiful world, sprawling as ever. World whose name we will not go into yet. One of beauty, war, and strife, as well as life, death, and many other things. This medieval world is filled with dragonoids and the like. It is a realm of great magic. It is a realm of great techniques and opportunities. It is a world connected to others through magic, portals, space, the cosmos. And it is connected to Ram to some ways, but it is not to Ram. However, our current setting is the continent known as... Fuck, what was it? I have it right here in my notes. I think it's in lore. Yeah. The continent known as Verdacia. A continent filled with lush forests to the south, mountains to the east, plains to the west, and a large desert that takes 80% of the continent to its north. Verdacia is a land of strife and mayhem at the moment. In recent times, the capital city of a kingdom in the desert regions to the north, nearest to the center of this continent, known as Vla, has found itself under siege by a threat of mind flares, and is currently not surrendered itself, but come into peace talks with these flares to create a symbiotic nation, with mind flares aiding in the creation of this nation, bounding it higher in greatness. This is known as the Mindful Union of Vla. However, that is not the only thing that's happened. Around 10 years ago, nearing 8 at this point, which is why I say near 10, the great dragoness, known only as Zeralska the Green, an adult green dragon, found her way within the central focus of this game at the moment, and caused issues, nearly destroying an entire region and taking it over. But we'll get to that in a minute. We find ourselves within the kingdom in the southern regions in the forests known as Silvalia, the capital city, Emrolis. Sorry, you didn't write Emrolis in the lore area. So, of Emrolis. The forested region. It is not the only kingdom within this region, but one of the great regions. Jesus! Stupid-ass computer, bro. This thing keeps turning off. I'm about to punch this fucking screen. Anyways, Emrolis. A beautiful verdant expanse of forests and rivers and lakes. And to its northeast, that is where we find ourselves. A large, once mountainous conglomerate of rocks, now laid bare as a large crater with large ridges of mountain space, jungles, vines, and different large-scaled vegetation finds its way in, around, and through the ridges. Thousands of years have passed since the event known as Starfall, which saw this mountain range sundered by a great meteor from the heavens themselves. The reason for it remains unaware to many people. In fact, many of the elves that live in the region have only heard stories of it from 3 generations before. It's been about 8,000 years. More, maybe. Since then, tribal individuals, druid clans, animals, and life has flourished within this large caldea of Starfall. Surrounding this, the mighty, I believe it was, mighty Silverflow River, which cuts across and through from the north, falling down to the south and out of the caldea itself. In the last few hundred years, about 300, 400, a town of adventurers and individuals looking for a promising fresh start from either different parts of the continent came together within the Starfall region and created a small farming village known as Makrong. 7 years ago. 10 years ago, I'll say. The town had been besieged and taken over by a bandit king, whose name I cannot recall at the moment, but I will get to that in a bit. Who had taken over the town and had forced them to pay him a ransom every so often. A group of heroes, worse than taxes, secondary taxes. A group of heroes or adventurers were sent on their first errand from far away to capture this bandit's son. However, during this failed mission, the crew killed a lot of bandits, saved the town, and held the bandit king's son as ransom and forced them to leave the town. When they left, they were hailed as heroes for the town for a time being, and over the next course of a few months, eventually grew the town a bit and grew to like the town more. The heroes then heard of strange happenings within the forests surrounding Makrong. And following the river, they made their way northwest, where they had found ogres, starving ogres. They had befriended one or two. They continued to make their way until they found a large dam with talking beavers, wherein they asked to see their leader, and were surprised to see the once mentioned Zeroska, or whatever the fuck her name is. Give me a second again. Zeralska, the Green Dragon. After a bit of time, and a few individuals being kidnapped by her, they managed to make a deal in which they would fetch her something from the ogres killing their leader. However, Zeralska was not specific about fetching them something from her, just that they needed the leader dead. Fighting against Zeralska, because he didn't want to do the bidding of a powerful creature, one of the heroes, Svakaros, I believe his name was, correct? Svarkov, the great Minotaur, helmsman and champion of his own small clan of minotaurs from far away, was felled by this beast. Leon, the human, returned to Makrong and garnered up a few aids, wherein they took out the ogre chief, implemented a new chief in one of their party members, and then marched upon the dragon once again with 2 more ogres. However, the dragon, angry at them for not retrieving the crown that she didn't tell them about, fucking, I hated that shit, gave them a warning and gave them a deadline, in which the party decided it'd be best to kill the dragon here. And after a day or 2 of traveling, getting as many ogres to head towards the town and keep the town safe, the party... Well, sorry, the ogres were split in 2. The ogres went to the town, and some of them left with their new king. The party of heroes fought against this mighty dragon, felling it in but a number of minutes. However, many of their troop would be felled as well by the dangerous fucking claws and fucking bite. Fucking, I'd say I'm holding a fucking action, and when it gets within 5 feet of me and fucking stays 10 feet away and fucking strikes me, fucking stupid ass piece of shit. I don't know if you could tell, but I'm still angry about that.
You don't say.
Fucking, I didn't realize I had a 10-foot reach. I'm sad. Anyways, but after its felling, the party returned to Makrong, held funerals, and then made their way towards Vla, wherein many of them would be felled to the Mind Flare menace. However, Makrong since then has grown stronger still. But Makrong may be the setting of our focus. It is not the direct focus, though, as Makrong has called for aid once again to another guild, far away on another continent, to hunt down a mysterious monster for which disappearances have been happening in the last few months. It has been, I believe 7 years is what I said. 7 years since the heroes were felled in battle. And since then, Makrong has grown, and they call for aid once more. And those that have answered the call have found their way into the region of Starfall, and are but a few days on the outskirts within the forests around Makrong. They find themselves in the southern region, as their cart seems to be having problems getting through the roots. I'll leave it up to here. You guys can roleplay for as long as you want, and you see me when I find a nice place to finish. Go ahead and finish. I will say you don't have to describe your characters, because we'll do that in the other session zeros we have. So, your cart is stuck at the moment. You're whacking. It is getting close to nightfall, and it is raining. Heavy rain, torrential within this forest itself. You're about a day or 2 travel from Makrong. Go ahead and take it from there.
These roots.
It's
Oh,
not
you
that
sure?
you're getting in the way.
You got any like druid magic and fix this, can you? That'd be mighty helpful.
You could burn the trees,
That
Start a
wouldn't
forest
work.
fire.
It's raining,
burn the
and
roots.
it's incredibly stupid.
Could
Aye.
we just cut the roots that are blocking the way?
Don't
Pretty
cut
big
the
roots,
Don't cut the roots. They didn't do anything wrong.
but fire could cut the roots and the tree.
I'm
but
just
don't want
sure
to
why
cause
a massive fucking rainstorm that was just described.
Rain will. Oh, I'm just gonna go back into the cart, sit down, pop open my book.
Man, Man, mighty helpful, aren't you? Lord.
That would work. How about we? No, we would need to get it out first.
Pandora, can't you just ask the trees to move the roots?
Yeah, talk to him with your druid magic.
My
That's how that
druid
works,
magic.
right?
Do you have any idea how racist that is?
Apparently
Like,
not.
I can try.
Thank you. In the meantime, I'll try and, well, worst comes to worst, I can try and pull it out, but that's gonna be a pain in
We're
the
not
ass.
pulling it out. And I'll go over to the root that the wheels caught in.
Okay.
And I'll cast Druidcraft to try and get some of the brutes to pull back on the
Sure.
fucking stupid wheel of the word.
Make a spellcasting check for me.
I cast guidance.
Sure.
$13.
13. Okay. As you
Forgot my
cast,
D4.
you did. Go ahead and roll it.
I did. 14. Say.
As you cast this spell, the roots resist your magic. They don't want to go against the easy path, it seems, and you're trying to force them open for the wheel. Unfortunately, this might have to take physical means to move the roots out of the way. Not pulling them up or harming them, just moving them out of the way. Because it's the wheel has fallen in between a small hole between the roots, and it kind of like got jostled to the side, so it's stuck under a root a little bit.
Did it work, Pandora?
No,
How's it
not
going over
yet. I'm still trying. Give me some time. Gosh, stop rushing me.
Apologies. I'm gonna meander over there and just kind of just stand behind her. You want some help?
Yes. Hold on. I'll cast guidance on myself again. And I'll start clearing away some of the dirt with a mold earth before trying again with Druidcraft.
Okay. Go ahead and make another spellcasting check with advantage.
18.
You slop out some of the mud to the side, because rain is pouring down in here. This is a more somewhat cleared route. It's just not really well taken. And you look towards the roots and hold your staff for it. I assume it's a staff, right? Go ahead.
Yes. It is. I both have a staff and my star map, which are act as my
I
thing,
understand.
but I'll use staff here.
You use your wooden crook to move it upwards as this like magic seems to this kind of starlight based magic seems to reach down, and the roots seem to be moved out of the way as the horses pull the wheels out of the stuck jam.
I did it.
Hey, druid magic.
Yeah, I just needed a second or two.
All right, now
Squeeze
get
that.
back in the car.
I saved your spot.
Oh, that wasn't that kind of you.
My feathers are wet.
I have
Yeah,
you.
Get back.
I'm gonna
You
go
saved
over
the spot
to.
for me.
Everyone is talking over each other.
I'm going to go over everyone who's finished out in the rain, getting all soaked. That's coming aside. I'm gonna cast Prestidigitation to kind of basically just dry them off real quick on any items that they might have.
Why are you guys so prepared for this fucking specific scenario?
Hey,
ones.
I
Man,
remain drenched.
my
Those clothes are just perfect for this.
my backup plan would have been to remove the wheel from the carriage, pull the carriage away, and then remove the wheel from the roots.
How do you have a passive perception of 2?
Huh? Oh,
Eh?
Ow!
Who is denser than a rock? Hold on.
Eel.
my
Eel spawn.
God! Bro, no wonder he went back into the fucking carriage. He
Yes.
couldn't see shit.
Of 2?
How?
Is there a 1 missing there or like a 0 missing there? Because you know what? You got
What am I
2
looking at?
PP.
Passive perception on your character sheet.
Oh,
two.
that is not it. My
He's
bad. I
denser
thought
than
that
a
was
rock.
something else. I thought it was something else.
Oh, that was
My bad,
no,
guys.
penis size you could add later.
Yeah, you gotta roll for that later.
No, I meant that was me. Sorry, I'll
Yeah,
check
no
that.
problem.
Bro,
I was like, what the
how's
fuck?
has a PP of 2 IRL. Good
You wouldn't
lord.
happen to be a rock gnome, would you? wait,
Lord.
wait.
There we go. There
You
we
got
go.
race and class mixed up.
Okay, perfect.
Race wizard, class human.
Oh my god!
You are a mess. Oh my god.
I
Yo,
love it.
Hey, bro, I don't use this format very often,
Keep
man.
it.
Like,
Keep it. Just keep it. It's
It's
keep
so
it.
funny.
Anyway,
It's
Also
funny.
alignment
Keep it.
good.
anyways.
All right.
Continue.
Well,
Thank
that's
you, Mart.
druid magic.
Thanks, Mart, for trying me up. My hair gets all, well, it loses all its frizziness in the rain.
it does. Pain. You can't see the explosion with that water in your hair.
The exact explosion.
Burning the trees, burning the bodies.
No.
You
What?
just see it to experience it.
Your alignment is good. That sounded like it.
They were all enemies
Yeah,
of the state.
Yeah, I agree. I think. Are we ready to get the carriage back going?
Yeah, can we
Yeah,
get moving away
let's-
from this sadness?
Yeah,
I'm already
please.
moving. What do you mean?
Oh, I didn't even see. You know, you're a really good
Yeah.
carriage driver. You
Uh,
move
that-
so smoothly. I didn't notice we were moving.
Used to do it back in the first layer.
The first layer of what?
Pringles?
Don't worry about it.
The first layer of an onion?
No,
Cakes.
Oh.
Everybody
No,
loves
no, no.
cakes.
The first
an
layer
ogre.
of a tree.
no. What? I'm not. I never lived in a. You all cannot be this dense.
Am I about to
if-
stroke?
We've
Yep.
traveled together for We've traveled together for months now. How do you not? I told you all the stories.
But you didn't tell us what
Oh.
kind of cake. You just said there were
Oh.
layers.
I'm having a fucking stroke. I
God.
swear.
I don't think we're gonna get out of this storming forest anytime soon. Should I be on the lookout for a cave of some kind or something? Maybe a clearing?
If
Yeah.
you'd like, if you'd like, I can ask. I can ask for a bit of directions.
Does it?
Does the
Didn't
force
you
work like
just didn't
The
you
three-
just say your
no, not the
druid magic
forest.
wasn't too much?
Hold on. Excuse me, as Pandora leans out of the carriage a bit into the rain and looking up in the trees. Do you know anywhere we could possibly stop for a rest to make camp?
You see one of the tree branches moves, and looking down, one of these dark elves wielding a large longbow looks down. Make a persuasion check.
Advantage because I'm one of them.
By the way, they rolled a 16 stealth, so you beat them. With your passive perception.
Yeah.
So funny.
18.
She looks down and goes, Pandora, it's been a while, dear.
Who are
Yes.
you? I can't see your face from in the trees.
Come on, dear. We'll talk later. What'd you say?
Pandora's squinting upwards,
Can't see
trying
it,
to make it out through
unfortunately.
the rain and the trees. Yeah, I figured.
But she goes, if you head a mile forward, there should be an abandoned building taken over by nature. You should be able to find your way there. It should have enough roof for you all to sleep without getting wet.
That sounds perfect. Thank you.
Of course, would you like us to send anyone to Makrong to let them know that you're a little behind?
That would be much appreciated. Thank you again. Very kind of you. I wish I could thank you, Mrs.
She's already gone.
Dewberry?
I think
No.
she's gone, Pandora.
I
By the
can't
way,
make out-
no one else saw her. You just saw her talking up to the tree in
Over?
response.
I
Druid
couldn't see
magic.
her either.
You could hear the response. You didn't see her.
Is your passive perception 16,
Oh, okay.
Bjorn?
No, it's 14, but I'm outside of the cart because I'm
Yeah.
driving the thing.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
You did not see her specifically. They rolled high enough to beat your passive perception. You just heard the conversation between the two of them as she stuck her head out to
Yeah.
talk.
How?
Ooh, did you
Pandora.
just talk to
Okay,
him?
so you guys heard that? There's a building about a mile ahead of us.
Yeah, Pandora, I'm impressed. I didn't know you could make trees talk so that we can hear them as well.
You all druids are confusing.
That explains the screaming.
What?
Great work.
Yeah,
Can-
I made the
can-
trees talk.
Can you just stop being depressing for like 5 minutes, please?
I don't think it's possible
Keep
for
the
him to not
horrors
be sad.
inside.
They are useful whenever we need to clear a house
Here.
off a map.
Here, why don't you take this? And I'll cast Goodberry and hand him a Goodberry. You're not yourself when you're hungry.
I take it, put it in my mouth like, what the hell is it? Tastes sort of good. Oh, so we're having some fun over here. So,
I
we're
start
after the
handing out
dinner,
Goodberries.
This is canon. This is canon. No more. No more changing. Yeah.
So we're here with the Makrong there. So what's the big game over there gonna be doing?
I can't understand a single word you said. I loved it.
You are so violently Scottish. I love it.
What are you
But
doing
also
over there?
it
School here,
scares
we're
me.
gonna bro this. We're here to kill a monster, do we know it? We have a mission. Kill a monster, come on the back. Give me some
Good
gold.
God her.
That's the spirit,
Are
Mark.
you gonna fucking call me or what?
Yeah, a bit of enthusiasm is exactly what we needed. Onwards.
Is his last name K, so he'd be Kmart?
Okay, Mark.
You don't fucking game out, you come in the fucking game out, I'll go to your house.
Anyways, as you guys
Altos,
eventually
please hurry. Okay,
make the
good.
mile, you come to this large abandoned like windmill-like shack that's fallen heavily on itself. But as you get there, there is a small stable. You put the horses in the wagon, and you make your way into the ruin. There is like an entire wall missing, so you get the feeling you should put up your tents. As you put your tents up and open them up and get ready. I assume you guys got tents, right?
Yes.
There you
Yes.
Setting up your tents, you set up a small cooking pot in the center. Who's cooking tonight?
Me.
I did just make everyone Goodberries. Are we even hungry?
That's true. Never
here.
mind.
We're cooking.
Well, what's cooking?
Why?
Give it for the meal.
You guys
Uh,
set up a
you're-
fireplace then.
Yeah,
I-
your
I-
berries are good and all, but
I will cast 2 snare spells. One outside of the broken wall, and one outside of the door to the house.
Okay. As you do so, you guys sit around the fireplace. You cook a few pieces of meat you may have from your journey through the forest here. And as you do so, you guys take off your hoods from the rain because now you're in an actual dry space. The first one to take off their hood. Who has the highest dexterity score here?
that'd be me.
What's your dexterity?
It is
36.
I fucking wish. Actually, it might not be me. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Mine's fucking 13. I'm stupid. Never
Anyone
mind.
have higher than 13?
I have 18.
They have a 16 for the score. 16.
Okay. The first one to take off their hood here would be one of the humans in the group. Who seems to take their hood off. They have multiple scars across their body that have healed up heavily, and they're starting to turn back to normal coloration. But we see a man who seems to be sitting there. Kalen, please describe your character for us. And what's funny is your character just came on screen.
Bro, perfect timing as always.
Mm-hmm.
As you see this tall man with light skin, long white hair, and yellow eyes. Yes, black armor with a lot of spikes on the arms, and he has a large crossbow on his back with a scope.
There's also like runes across the crossbow that have like silver coloration that seem to shimmer with gold as it reflects the light.
And then some that are then one single rune that is red.
Hmm?
It's from a crimson right.
Okay. There's a like a red coloration on it.
Because it's flame.
You put it down for a second and like you begin to warm yourself across the campfire. As you look over towards the next person to take their hood off, the wizard of the group. Describe your character, Yelspine.
So my character's name is Mart. What is it, Mart? Yeah, it's Mart. Tiny little gnome dude. Pink beard, pink glowing eyes. Got a little wizard's hat. Yeah, he is a character. I will say that we are learning about
He's a
him
gnome.
as we go.
It says human on your fucking character.
I don't fucking know. It's going back and
Man.
forth trying to figure this shit out, man.
I mean, his class is wizard. I mean, his class is human, so you never know.
Let's
Yeah,
go. Let's go with that.
wizard,
It's-
so-
We're gonna fucking. He's a gnome. He's a wizard. He's a little dude with a big heart of explosives. Let's go.
Okay.
Um,
He has a dead man switch.
Tony
Anyways.
Stark.
But he seems to be like tending to the fire a bit as he takes like a piece out and just stares at the fire. You guys see this 1,000-yard stare as we flash back to like an ancient wizard war going on somewhere in the distance. He comes back out of it, puts it back in the fire.
Bodies. Bodies that just kept screaming over and over again.
Meanwhile, the next one to take their hood off would be Pandora. Pandora, describe your character and what they're doing, please.
All right, so taking your hood off, you see a really short comparative to a lot of other, a dark elf, almost drow looking, but she looks just like a regular elf, but black, with silver hair with a bit of leaves in it, with a brown and green tunic, with taken off leaves.
You're cutting
leaves
out.
Five. I'm gonna purple eyes and silver hair.
Brown and green tunic, and then what?
With a brown and green tunic, with a green on the tunic, seems almost as if it's made of leaves.
Okay.
She has purple eyes, very long, floppy ears, and none of you would see this because you're not gonna be staring at her fucking tits. But there is freckles on her body that seem to connect to each other to form a star chart.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure a lot of your characters might be staring at her tit, huh?
I might be starting some tits.
None
Yeah.
of you are staring at my tits because I'm wearing a fucking cloak. Fuck off.
I'll,
covering my
I'll
tits.
get my chance.
he gets.
No, you will most certainly will not be. I've got the cloak of many fashions. I'm gonna make sure none of you can look at my tits.
This is the one who want to be used like a damn windsock. Whatever.
Anyways,
The fuck?
Huge.
as we see, standing there, taking their hoods off the same. Well, on we did one, two. Well, the last one to take his hood off, as this individual is seemingly like stretching and warming themselves as well. We see a muscular man take his hood off. Horns. Go ahead, describe your character, Theon. Or should I say,
Yeah.
Caldros.
Caldros. Yeah. Caldros is a tall, tiefling barbarian man. He has sort of a tomatoish red skin, black hair, a full beard, pointed ears that sort of go out to the side, horns, same color as the skin. He wears sort of like kilt made of some sort of animal skin with a belt that keeps it fashioned around his waist. He wears gauntlets and otherwise nothing else. He has blue sort of weird tattoos running along one arm, but other than that, he is like gold. He's like piercing gold eyes that sort of look like an inferno. And right now, he's taking care of the horses, giving them their food and setting out like a bucket of water for each of them as he's taking care of them and making sure they're not sick from the downpour.
Okay, you said a lot of stuff and it really went. But
Did it go like that for
I
anyone else?
understand what you said, though, at least.
You sound a little muffled. That's about it for me.
Anyways. As you all sit, awaiting sleep, you eventually find it. I would say you take your watches and whatnot. But as the rain lullabies you to sleep, we start to pull out from this party of adventurers hired as monster slayers. As we pull out, we go up through the trees and above and look towards the beautiful starry sky. And that's where we're going to end the session. That is session 0. Thank you for watching.